If I was to say to you that you have all the answers inside of you, would you actually believe me? What I want to show you today is that it's actually true. All of us, every single one of us, has the ability to tap into something far greater than I think we can understand. Some kind of greater consciousness, some kind of connection. And by doing so, all the answers are there. Yet, few of us know that the answers are within us. We often look externally for guidance, for support, which of course is fine. But what I want to show you today is how to actually look inside for that support, for that guidance, and really use this as a practice, a weekly practice hopefully, where you'll start to become more aware of your own intuition and to really learn and trust what comes from your intuition. This isn't just for some chosen few, this is for everybody. If we just learn this quick, simple technique to quieten our minds, connect to our own energy, and then listen. Are you ready for this? Because if you are, I truly believe this can be life-changing. So all you need to do is just find somewhere to relax, somewhere that's going to be quiet for the next few minutes, where you won't be interrupted. Everybody has 7 minutes. And once you find that place and you have that space, I ask that you start to focus on your breathing. And if it's comfortable, take deep breaths from your stomach. And as you breathe in and out, I'd like you just to allow any areas of tension to be let go through your breath. Sigh away any tension that may be stored in your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, and your tummies. Sigh away any tightness. Use your breath to tell your body that it's time to slow down and to relax. And you can choose to keep your eyes open or close them, whatever works for you. And once you've just started to go inwards a bit by focusing on your breath, I want you to use your imagination for this next part. There's no right or wrong. Don't get caught up in the technique, just be. So let's imagine that we can focus on our energy within, our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to call it, our true essence. And perhaps that energy within us has a colour. Imagine what your soul might look like as a colour. Choose any colour. And then I ask that you take your awareness to your stomach. And I want you to imagine that as you breathe in and you breathe out, that beautiful colour that is your soul, your energy, starts to billow out from your stomach. And you can see or sense that colour billowing or beaming from your tummy out into the middle of the room. Maybe, if you are nice and relaxed and you're able to see or sense that colour, you'll also be able to get a feel of letting go, as if energy is being released from your stomach, a feeling of expansion and release. And then take your awareness to your heart and do the same. Imagine breathing out your soul, your energy as a colour, through your heart, out into the room or wherever you are. The colour may change, or there may be colours. As I say, there's no right or wrong, just your way. Feel once more the expansion and the release as you let go, as you breathe out your energy. And then take your awareness to the top of your head and do the same. Imagine your soul colour billowing out, beaming out through the top of your head, up towards the ceiling, the sky. And as you do that, take a moment to feel. This is what it's like when you connect to your own energy, your own soul. A beautiful feeling of almost nothingness, of just being. And this in itself is so beautiful, so beneficial. Just feel, just be. And then we're going to connect to our intuition, our inner guidance, because you are in your own soul, your own power. You are connected. The brain has less of an input, and the soul is going to be more present. And you can see how that feels because you're in it now. So maybe with your eyes closed so that you can be inwards, whatever works for you. And I want you to ask yourselves a question in a moment. And I want you to see what bubbles up as a response. So the first question I would like you to ask yourselves in your head is, what do I need to know? And sometimes words or feelings will come back that you weren't expecting. And sometimes you'll hear your brain saying, I don't know. Just give it a moment. See what triggers a thought. Sometimes it's just one word that we're given by our intuition. And sometimes that one word is clear as to what it's trying to say, but it can also be unclear. And if that's the case for you, you go back to your mind, your soul, and say, what do you mean by that? So if you need to, try that now and just wait and see what comes back as a response. And like a unlayering process, we get to the bottom of what's being told, what's being said to us. Sometimes you might not want to perhaps hear it, but your soul is the truth. It's only our minds that create scenarios and arguments. When we're in this peaceful feeling, it's only the truth. So now you've said to yourself, what do I need to know? And maybe you've understood what the message was, and maybe you haven't, so you've asked more. If you got the response of, I don't know, that usually is your brain. So if you find that's happened for you, imagine those colours or colour that came out of you earlier. Just go back into that feeling. Imagine yourself completely surrounded by your own energy now. And ask the question again. Relax. Just see what comes back. If it's a feeling, imagine delving into the feeling. What is it trying to tell you? What you're looking for here is a knowing. So it's not so much a thought, it's more of a bubbling up of an awareness, like something that's coming to you, but from your gut rather than your mind. As if your body is answering somehow. Your intuition, we all know where that sits, it comes from there. So it's like learning a new language. It might take a little bit of time, but it's really worth it. So the next thing to try is to ask a question that you don't know the answer to, or that you want some guidance on. So if you have a situation that you feel helpless in, or you want to know something, what's coming, you could ask that now. So take a moment just to think about what your question might be. And then when you're ready, ask it in a clear statement. For example, will I get this new job? Should I continue in my old job? Anything like that, so quite a clear question. Go back into that feeling of being in your energy so that you're not too involved in it all. Because when we become involved in the situation, our minds kick in. And just wait to see what comes back as an answer, because you will feel the answer as well as perhaps hear it. Sometimes it will feel as if thoughts are being dropped into your head, so don't discount those. They don't feel like usual thoughts, they feel as if they've been beamed in almost. So you're getting used to having these new feelings, or maybe ones that you've already had but you just didn't know what they were. So you've got knowing from your gut, and you've got this kind of, sometimes this voice almost in speaking in sentences, just guiding you. And to me that's our intuition, our inner guidance, our soul. Please don't discount things that you hear that are good because you think they're wishful thinking. We're just not taught to do this, and yet we've always had intuition. We are intuition. We've had it to survive. So start to learn to trust that little voice that you're practicing with right now. And you will find that you can lead yourself through life a hell of a lot easier than just reacting to it. So the process is the simple one I've taken you through, where you just sit and you breathe, and then you send out your energy. And when you feel that quiet nothingness, then is the time you need to ask for your guidance. And you just take time to let it bubble up, to listen to it, to feel it more importantly. And if it doesn't make sense, ask the question until it does. It's your own intuition. You can ask as much as you want. I do this regularly when I feel helpless, unsure. Rather than running around like a headless chicken trying to sort everything out and react, I go inwards. And that's what we want people to understand, is that by going inwards, there are all your answers. So have a practice at this. I promise you, it will be worth your while. And then when you're done, all you need to do is just imagine bringing back that energy that you sent out at the beginning. Head, heart, tummy. And take a few deep breaths just to bring yourself back round to waking state. And know that you can do this process whenever you need it. You have to let us know how you get on. We love hearing from people to see how they got on with their experiences and the information they received, and also how every time they practice it gets stronger and better. You have the answers. You just need to believe it.